Alright, good day, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter. For those of you that are new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can know when I'm uploading to the channel. Alright, so I'm out here pretty much getting everything ready for the springtime, because y'all know you gotta get stuff ready. You gotta prepare everything for the spring. You're not gonna just be able to get out there in the middle of the spring or jump out there in mid-season and start planting things that you need to harvest in the spring, unless you're like in a zone that's like that. But out here in the big text, it's better to just get this stuff done as early as possible, because shoot, tomorrow it could be summer here. But I came out here today to give you guys an ancestor message. I'm sitting out here playing in this dirt, and this is like my happy place, like being outside in dirt and in nature. Usually, you know, most water signs would love that water, but I'm just a advocate for nature. Like, I just like being out here, and I'm here to give you guys your ancestor message for today. And so the ancestors wanted me to just talk to you guys about the space that some of you guys are in right now. And so I keep thinking back on like when I was a kid, and when I was younger, I used to like to watch shows like Xena Warrior Princess and Hercules and all of that other stuff, and you know, just seeing shows like that. And in some ways, I felt like I embodied those characters in there, like, because they were heroes, you know, they were considered heroes, you know. And what would happen is they would go out there and they would go on these missions, y'all. And when they went on these missions were like some of the most dangerous missions out there. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, they'll come up against the villain and all that other stuff. But they'll leave their towns, or they'll leave the space that they're in, or they'll leave the situation that they're in. And they'll go out there and they would go and take on the villain, and then come back and be cheered on because they beat the evildoer or whatever. And so it would be sometimes that, you know, they'll go out there and go to fight the evildoer, and then they'll realize the evildoer was, you know, someone that they knew, or it may have been themselves. And so I brought that up because that's like the image, that's like the thing that is coming up. And some of the spaces that you guys are in the hero space. And when you go out and you're in this hero space, sometimes you have to go out alone, or, you know, with your team, like people that are in your team, like that's on your team to assist you in the battle. And that's what your ancestors are communicating. Like, they are the team that's going to be with you when, you know, when you go out and you go to fight the evildoers, or you go and fight the darkness. And sometimes when you go out to fight the darkness, you realize that that darkness is the darkness that's in you, okay? And so your guys and your ancestors are conveying that, like, you are the hero, you know, and you are on this journey. And sometimes you may be on this journey and feel like that you're on this journey alone, and when it's necessary, you'll be able to call on them to help you ward off the enemy, all right, or to help you destroy the enemy or destroy the darkness. But there'll be sometimes when you go out on your journey and you try to go and you're looking for the darkness, you're looking for the shadows, you're looking for the evildoers, and then you realize that that shadow or that darkness is something that is within yourself. And so it's hard to recognize the shadow And the darkness, what is inside of you, and it's also complex to defeat that type of enemy by yourself. Okay? And so your guides and your ancestors want you to know, like, they are here and they are there to assist you when you feel like you are battling with yourself now, you know. But it's not that you're battling with yourself. It's like it's just like a constant tug. It's like a constant, you know, seesaw motion. Every now and again you're gonna go up against things, and sometimes you're gonna go up against yourself. And then after you know, complete that mission, then you'll be celebrated, and you'll be celebrating yourself. All right. But that's what it is like when you are the hero, especially in this world. So this is this is a hero's war, you know. This is a hero's war. This is a hero's journey. This is a journey that you will go on, and sometimes you will go on this journey alone, and sometimes when you go on this journey, not everybody wants the hero to win, okay? And not everything is going to want the hero to win. And so then you notice that you're fighting one villain, and then some other villains come out of the woodworks, like come out of nowhere and try to blindside you. Right? So you have to understand that, and sometimes it's just best for you to stay in your space and not allow other things to be able to come out or other things to be able to come up against you in that sense, in that respect. Okay? Your ancestors are also saying that, like, sometimes when you come up against the shadows, or you come up against the darkness that is within you, when you come up with the darkness against you, it's not always like something that they are wanting you to destroy. It's just something that they are wanting you to be aware of. All right, and this awareness, there's nothing wrong with being aware of this darker side of yourself. But there's a need for you to be able to dance with the darkness. There's a need for you to be able to stand with the darkness. And there's a need for you to be able to understand the darkness, so that the darkness that is within could be corrected. It doesn't necessarily have to go away. It just needs to be corrected, because sometimes the same darkness is the thing that protects you, and the same darkness is the thing that helps to elevate you. Okay? And so you have to be aware of that. So it's not necessarily something that you should be ashamed of or something that you should be upset about. But that's what your guides and your ancestors are wanting to convey when you are being a hero, and sometimes you have to come up against yourself. All right? And so you call on them to assist you and bring you up out of that. You know, and some of you may be feeling stuck. And so your guides and your ancestors are saying that, like, if you're feeling stuck, there's a need for you to not only rely on your instincts, but you gotta look at being stuck as anything else that you do in life when it comes to leveling up, if that makes sense. They're wanting you to rely on your instincts, because your instincts is the thing that is going to, you know, give you that nudge or give you that indicator when you're not sure which way to go. And so we are all quote unquote mammals, right? We're all beings, or we're all animals. Our nature, like, we're actually considered animals, right? And so every animal that exists relies on their animal instinct in order to survive. So you got, you know, everything that's out here, like the cats. Like, when the cat's out here, they don't need nobody. You know, cats is like one of those animals that could be domesticated or be out on the streets, but they gonna be fine either way. But all of these animals, like everything out here, every animal in the ecosystem relies on this instinct, you know. But we have gotten so far away from us relying on our instinct, right, that we ignore our cues that our body gives us, the signal that our body gives us. And so our guides and our ancestors are like, look, I'm sending you the chills because, see, look, light came on. They did nothing different. Light that came on. I'm sending you these cues because I want you to pay attention, okay, to what's going on around you. So I sent you the chills because I want you to feel something. I want you to notice that there's a change in your body here, okay? I sent you the heebie-jeebies because I want you to notice that there's something that is off here. I changed your mood so that not for you to take on the mood itself, but for you to acknowledge that the mood is present and that there may be something that you need to be paying attention to. And so where you're at right now is requiring for you to pay attention to your instincts. Pay attention to your natural ability, the natural cues that your body gives you. Pay attention to your natural signals, all right? Using your intuition, all right? They got all these like rule books and everybody be reading in these rule books and they reading these books and these books are based off of somebody else's intuition. How I tell you to ground or how I tell you to do this or do that or how I have you meditate is based off of my own intuition. So it's a baseline. And so this baseline is not necessarily the thing that you necessarily need to do. It's just a baseline to get you to where you need to be. So your guides and your ancestors like, look, I need you to trust your own intuition. I need you to trust your own instinct. I'm sending you these signals. I'm sending you these numbers. I'm sending you all this stuff in different ways, in different formats for you to get it. But you're not paying attention to it. So you have to trust your instincts. And again, like we were talking about, if you're stuck, what happens? Inventors, when they're inventing things and they are stuck, they try different methods until another one, something else works. You don't just throw in the towel or concede or accept defeat. You just try different methods until something else works. All right? So you got to get creative. You got to get inventive. If you want to get unstuck, you have to create something else to assist you with getting unstuck. You can't keep doing the same thing. You have to change something about that. You have to change something about that system, change something about the way you're going about it, all right? You might have to add something to it in order for it to function properly. But there's something different that needs to happen in order for you to get unstuck, in order for you to get in your creative flow. All right. So yes, you hearing them say, you hearing all the different readers, you switching from channel to channel. You know, you get a message from your ancestors, you go and pay for a reading or whatever it is that you do, and it's like it's all lining up the same thing, but that's not enough. You know, but they're telling you this because this is actually possible. And everybody's getting the same download because it's actually possible for you to do it. But you have to now come out of your own way and pay attention to those different things and listen and feel for what your guides and your ancestors are trying to tell you and modify it just a little bit. They might not even be asking you to do much to modify it, but modify it just a little bit so that you can, that one little change, that one little adjustment might be the thing that you need in order to get yourself from being stagnant, in order to get yourself out of the same spot, in order to get yourself out of the same place. You know, maybe it might take a little bit more discipline. Maybe you need to commit to, instead of doing 30 minutes of meditation, maybe trying to do it for an hour. You know, instead of you know, going and dancing for like 10 minutes, maybe you need to be dancing for 45 minutes. Instead of working out for 45 minutes, maybe you need to ramp it up to an hour. Even though we already know that the body after 45 minutes, everything else is just extra. But, you know, you got to warm up and you got to get those things moving. Just like with your intuition and your gifts and things like that, you got to get those things moving. You can't be like, that's it. I done saw ancestors. That's it. I am a medium and I don't got to do nothing else. That's it. I'm good right here. I can do just this. No. They got you sitting with yourself for a reason. Again, this is the hero's journey. They got you sitting with yourself for a reason. They got you sitting in stagnation for a reason. They got you not moving ahead for a reason. So if you're not moving ahead, there's something that you need to be doing in order to move ahead. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You just got to make the effort to make it happen. All right? But trusting your instincts, creating, inventing. It's time to be the inventor. Some of you guys just need to write it out. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys just need to write it out. You know, maybe you can't communicate the words, but you just need to write it out. All right? Take time to write to yourself. Take time to journal. Take time to, you know, whatever it is that you got to do to figure it out, figure it out. Communication, like the communication is like they've sent you so many communications, but also they're wanting you to work on your communication as well. How you're communicating with people, how you're communicating with yourself. You know, sometimes they don't even want you to say too much. And if you do say something, say it in a way that you're not like overkilling the communication, because sometimes you over explain, or sometimes you talk too much, or you give away too much information, and they don't want you doing that. You know, sometimes you over talk to yourself. Sometimes you tell yourself too much of the wrong thing. All right? And so your ancestors are like, no, stop telling your grandmother ancestors, stop telling yourself the wrong things. They already done told you differently because they done seen how you was when you was growing up. So stop telling yourself the wrong thing. Oh, there's a lot of them agreeing to that. That's that sabotage. That's that wrong communication. All right? You have to talk to yourself now in a way that is going to motivate you. And if you can't do it, listen to a motivational speaker, somebody that can motivate you. Because you know, talk to your guides if you got that type of relationship with them. I was talking to somebody today and they was like, man, I didn't even realize that if I just sit down and be intentional with my meditation, how much would come forth. Even if it don't come forth right away, it comes forth. And that's sometimes all y'all gotta do. Sometimes the answer ain't gonna come from out here. Majority of the time the answer gonna come from in here. You know? But there are no heroes for the hero. All right? They have like they sidekicks, you know, like Batman and Robin and all that. They had these little sidekicks, but there's no hero for the hero, because the hero still end up saving the day. All right? So it's up to you to save the day. That's what your ancestors wanted you to do. It is up to you to save the day. They're trying to send you all kinds of signals and send you all kinds of messages and let you know that you're in the right ballpark, and yet you're still telling yourself that you're not. So in order to come out of that, there's something that you're going to have to do differently. So if it's talking to yourself, like I said, modifying something, that's what they're telling y'all. You can get out of this. You can get out of whatever situation you're in. You can get out of whatever feeling you're in. Again, the hero's journey, lonely journey. Sometimes it's a journey of you like, dang, like, why I agree to this? You know? And a lot of us agreed to it because we didn't have no choice, and others agreed to it because, you know, they wanted some kind of accolades or something. I don't know, but many of us agreed to it because we didn't have no choice. It's why we here right now. You know, you agreed to that. But whatever's going on in your life, you guys, if you're feeling stuck, you know, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling stagnant, there's something that needs to change. Something that needs to change. The inventor has to create something else. The inventor has to invent something else in order for that change to occur. All right? You have to talk to yourself differently in order for that change to occur. I'm not sure like why they want me to talk about change, but I feel like what they got me feeling like is that like as soon as you make this little necessary adjustment, you're gonna be like, dang, it took me all this time to do this stuff, and I look, fast car answer. It took me all the time to do this stuff. I've been waiting up here this long to just make this one change. I've been allowing this thing to hold me back this long, and they said you're gonna be surprised of the outcome. You're gonna be surprised at the results that you get. All right, so it's time. Again, the hero's journey is lonely, you know, and sometimes the stuff that you fighting is the stuff you fighting within yourself. Sometimes the demons that you fighting are the demons within yourself. All right, but trust your intuition, trust your instinct, trust the communication that you're receiving, trust the guidance that you're receiving. Pay attention to your bodily cues, okay? Pay attention to your natural instincts. Pay attention to your natural abilities and your natural abilities, your primal nature will begin to uncover so many things about yourself that you never knew. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this message. If you like the content on this page, go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe. Also, we'll be on Patreon on Friday. We'll be completing the book, The Mastery of Love. All right, even if you haven't even read the book and you just want to jump in on the last session, anybody could join the discussion. All the information in the description below. And I'll holler at y'all.